Don't fall on the ball. You pick it up and you get into the end zone, fly.
Kind of a puzzling start for North Carolina here. They lost a week ago to Georgia Tech, but I think that they sent a statement today that, you know what, in the ACC conversation, you cannot rule out this team. Howell 32 yards down to the 2, and then Josh Downs, it covers 63 yards here.
Yeah, Josh Downs has replaced all of the losses that UNC had, from Daz Newsome, Michael Carter at running back. He is doing it all. Put the ball in Josh Downs' hands and meet him in the end zone.
De'Ami Brown as well, 38-7. The victory bell remains in Chapel Hill. Dominant performance by the Heels again. 53 yards on the ground for Chandler. Howell goes over 300 yards with 3 passing touchdowns. Again, Saturday slate, some of the notable games around college football. We've been talking about it. Ole Miss and Alabama, 63-48 a season ago. Matt Corral leads the SEC in total QBR and 14 touchdowns responsible for through 3 games. Baylor and Oklahoma State. This is a Baylor team that beat Iowa State a week ago. Are they for real?
They are for real. Dave Aranda is leading this team well, but they will have a challenge. Oklahoma State has a really good running back who they're going to have to stop.
Going to Stillwater today. Meantime, Oregon on the road in the Farm to take on Stanford against C.J. Verdell. And that rushing attack can be lethal.
Yeah, it can. Oregon's rushing attack is lethal, but their defense is lethal as well. They lead college football in turnovers. They will take the ball away.
Oklahoma going to Manhattan to take on Kansas State. Is this the week that we think that Spencer Rattler and that offense really opens it up?
I don't. Oklahoma has had trouble with Kansas State in the past, especially over the last 5 years or so. I don't think this is the week that Spencer Rattler opens it up.
And then, is this the week that Clemson opens it up, right? They take on a Boston College team that you really like.
I do. I love their defense. The Boston College defense, they swarm. They don't miss tackles, but also their running attack is dominant as well. They have a dominant offensive line that's going to dominate against Tyler Davis, who's gone, and Brian Brzee, who's also gone.
Jeff Hafley's done a nice job at BC. Meantime, moments ago over on ESPNU, Seth Hannigan, a touchdown pass to Austin right there, the dynamic receiver for Memphis, 34-31, Temple in control. Again, the big story of the early games so far, kind of domination by it's Texas Tech and West Virginia. Anish and Mike Golick Jr. on the call. Enjoy.
Thank you, Kevin. You're watching college football on ESPN, presented by Sling TV. A postcard perfect afternoon in Morgantown, and West Virginia back home after nearly pulling off the Norman conquest last week against Oklahoma. They'll face Texas Tech, which is looking to clear its browser history after what happened against Texas last week. Anish Shroff, Mike Golick Jr., Lawrence Sisler down there on the sidelines. And the Big 12 is changing. You can now win with defense. We saw a 16-13 game between West Virginia and Oklahoma last week.
What a change it's been. And you've seen it now finding its way into the NFL. Phil Snow, the Big 12 alum, taking it to Carolina. But it's what you've seen. The response to all this great offense has now been, whether it's Baylor, Kansas State, Iowa State, or right here in West Virginia. And what does it start with most of these defenses? 3 down linemen, plenty of bodies back, which means your dudes on the defensive front have to get after it. And West Virginia, 16 pressures against Spencer Rattler last week. And we're going to talk about a lot of great names for them, but it starts with number 90, Akeem Mesidor in the middle.
The coaches weren't quite ready to compare him to the best D-tackle in football, period, but they did allude to it.
Shorter, a little bit undersized. You can see where it comes from, Anish, because he's also so active. He might not stuff the stat sheets in the way some of his teammates do, but rest assured, this man is disruptive.
Meanwhile, for Texas Tech, they gave up 70 points to Texas last week, but injuries, a big part of that loss, too. They lose their starting quarterback, Tyler Shuck, out until November, at least, with a broken collarbone. Enter Henry Colombi.
Henry Colombi, who is no stranger to this, got his first start in the game against West Virginia, rallied them from 10 down for a win last season. He might not be as mobile as Shuck, but they believe he's got the arm to make plays. You saw that last week in the loss to Texas.
His challenge, Lauren, will be leading this offense without some key pieces around him.
Yeah, Henry Colombi has faced a lot of adversity and more to come, with 3 big key offensive pieces missing today, notably absent from the sideline. Center Dawson Deaton being one of them, leading rusher Taj Brooks, and wide receiver Eric Ezukama, perhaps the most significant loss. That kid is an absolute baller. He's a playmaker. Guys, this is going to have a big impact on this Texas Tech football team.
Ezukama came into this game leading the Big 12 in receiving yards. On top of that, Texas Tech without 3 starting defensive backs today. The short-handed Red Raiders against West Virginia. We have the opening kick after this.
Oh, sister of mine, I got you this.
The new iPhone 13 Pro?
It's on Verizon 5G.
I can't believe you got me this.
Yes, Verizon is giving one to everyone when they trade in their older damaged phone.
Oh, so like every sister can get this.
Yeah.
Every aluminum siding installer.
Why not? Every doula. They would have to. Every customer, new and old, can get iPhone 13 Pro on us. Because everyone deserves better. Everyone, horse trainers,
Manicurists!
you get the new iPhone. We're alone.
I know.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
It's grilled cheese time, yeah, it's time for grilled cheese. After we make a grilled cheese, then we're eating grilled cheese because it's time, yeah, it's time for grilled cheese.
Bogeys on your 6th limo. They need customized car insurance from Liberty Mutual, so they only pay for what they need.
We are not getting you a helicopter.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Subway has so much new. I ran out of time in the last ad.
So I'll take it from here. Sorry, Steph. Spokesperson refresh.
Wait, what?
Subway just upped their bread game with the help of some world-class bakers. Looking at you, Nance.
Gotta refresh to be fresh.
How many people are in this ad?
That means freshly baked, new artisan Italian, and hearty multigrain. That would go good with. Seriously? I didn't even get to finish. See you next commercial.
Print.
Come on!
Print. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Just print, please.
Do you suffer from cartridge conniptions? Be conniption-free thanks to the cartridge-free Epson EcoTank printer. A ridiculous amount of ink. Up to 2 years of ink comes in the box. The EcoTank is the perfect cure for...
Do I look like a money tree? Is that what I look like? You see leaves?
The Epson EcoTank. Just fill and chill. Available at...
You're watching the Big 12 on ESPN. West Virginia won the coin toss. The Mountaineers defer, so Texas Tech will receive the opening kickoff. Both schools looking for that first conference win of the season. Evan Staley will kick it off for West Virginia. And back deep for Texas Tech, the Alabama transfer, Jadarius Townsend. From the 3, Townsend. Taken down right at the 20-yard line. And that's where we see this Texas Tech offense. Henry Colombi, who made his first career start last year against West Virginia, won that game. Ended up starting 4 games a season ago. He gets the start, as Lauren told you in the open. No Eric Ezukama, one of the best receivers in the conference. Maybe even more important, Dawson Deaton, arguably the best center in the Big 12, is out. That means a reshuffling of that offensive line.
And when you're going up against this West Virginia defensive front, communication on the road, we saw how important last week, going to be crucial starting off.
And Josh Berger moves from right guard to center. And on the first play, it's a fly sweep. Nick Troy Fortune tackles Kalen Geiger for a loss. 2nd and 11.
The challenge going up against Texas Tech, Anish, is knowing that you're going to have plays like that, but every single down there out there is a chance for a massive home run play.
That's the chess match. Texas Tech thrives on the big play. West Virginia's defense has done a nice job limiting the big play. Colombi to throw underneath to the 25-yard line. That ball is caught. It's Cole Boyd, rather Travis Koontz, excuse me, the tight end. And it brings up a 3rd down.
This is really where you're going to first start to see them miss Ezukama here. A go-to target. It's going to make the day for number 10, Kalen Geiger, that much more important. The huge transfer from Troy.
So Roderick Thompson in the backfield. Now he splits wide. Formation change, empty set. Colombi, quarterback draw. And tripped up right at the 30-yard line. He appears to have the first down. He has a similar style to Tyler Shough, the injured Texas Tech quarterback, so the playbook doesn't change a whole lot. And last year against West Virginia, we saw Colombi make plays with his feet.
He's a tough player, there's no doubt. Not quite as fleet of foot as Tyler Shough, who was used in some of the zone read plays, but still effective.
Blitz off the edge. Colombi kept it, throws incomplete. Pressure coming from Josh Chandler-Semedo. This West Virginia defense in the offseason lost a key player at every level. Up front, Darius Stills. In the linebacking core, Tony Fields. In the secondary, Tyke Smith, who transferred to Georgia. And they really haven't missed a beat, save for maybe the first half of the opener.
It's been impressive the way they've managed to step this up. You've still got Dante Stills. You've got Taj Alston leading the Big 12 in sacks, but we know it starts with Akeem Mesidor in the middle, number 90.
On 2nd and 10, Colombi pumps over the middle, low throw, hauled in by McLean Mannix. And another first down for Texas Tech, a gain of 11.
So we talked about what Texas Tech lost, not being able to use as much QB run game. So you've seen the RPO game replace it right now. And what have we talked about in the past sometimes, Anish? That mesh point, how long Henry Colombi's able to hold the ball down there, get these linebackers and safeties peeking in the backfield, open up those windows.
Two backs now, Thompson and Townsend. Out of the backfield, SaRodorick Thompson. And like a bowling ball, he gets out to the 47-yard line, give him about 6. SaRodorick Thompson missed the first 2 games, had off-season surgery on his right shoulder. He was cleared to play for the opener, just not football ready. Last week against Texas, he got his most extensive work of the young season.
Only the 6th player in school history to lead the team in rushing as a freshman and a sophomore. They're going to need him to be productive.
Yeah, especially with Taj Brooks out again. Brooks had a couple of 100-yard games to open the season. Colombi, and that's close to the sticks. Let's see where they spot him. Geiger made the catch. That'll bring up 3rd and short.
This is where keep your eyes on 90 in blue. You saw that 4th and 1 last week against Oklahoma, where he's able to get into the backfield, use that leverage to try and be disruptive. You just need this running back to go east and west for a split second.
On the ground, first down, SaRodorick Thompson. And a good-looking opening drive continues for the Red Raiders.
This is going to be there most of the day for Texas Tech. The patience to go underneath, because you've seen a lot for West Virginia, sitting back in too high, daring them to go underneath, because the one thing you don't want to give up to this team is the big play. We'll see if West Virginia's got to adjust without Ezekama in the game.
Now let's see if they take a shot here on first down, 5 wide. On the fly sweep. They'll try one, a little trickeration. And it's intercepted by Sean Mahone.
We talked about them playing back off of this. So we see the ball handed off, going for the wide receiver. And Sean Mahone wasn't fooled for a second. The discipline of the secondary that we mentioned, understanding that's how Texas Tech makes their living, getting you to bite up. Credit to Mahone for having the eye discipline to understand his role.
Texas Tech first-year offensive coordinator Sonny Cumbie, who is coming back to Lubbock. He was telling us the way West Virginia plays defense, it tests the patience of your coordinator too, because you do get greedy and you want that explosive play. Jarret Doege to throw on first down. Plenty of time over the middle. It's tipped and incomplete. Wanted Bryce Ford Wheaton, who was open. Rico Jeffers got his hand on it. Again, this is a Texas Tech secondary missing 3 starters. Doege has been much better at home in his career. He told us last year when he faced Texas Tech, it was the revenge tour. A young man who grew up in Lubbock, rooted for Texas Tech, wanted to go there, was never offered. This year, he said it's more like the next opponent. On second down, here's Leddie Brown. A short gain, a pickup of 2, 3rd and 8. Brown, one of the top backs in the Big 12 a season ago. West Virginia really wants to find a caddy for him, somebody to take the load off, especially in the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, you look at the opening drives for this season for West Virginia, where they're able to bust out some of the plays you don't often see in the rest of the game, dress things up a little bit more. That's the good part for Leddie Brown. But as you mentioned, all but 22 rushes by a running back this season for West Virginia have been that player. He needs some relief.
On 3rd and 8. Daggy checks down to Brown, goes upstairs for the catch. Bottled up immediately. Colin Schooler and Rico Jeffers there. And it's 4th down, and for the first time this season, West Virginia will not see its opening drive end in a touchdown.
Huge for Texas Tech, who was a little shell-shocked last week to start the game on the road, a hostile environment against Texas. This is a group that was playing great football through 3 games early this season, a disruptive veteran linebacking core that got a 3-and-out to start the game. Huge confidence boost.
Especially after giving up 70 points and more than 600 yards. Tyler Sumter punts this one away. It takes a bounce. Goes horizontal inside the 45-yard line, downed at the 42. Strong starting field position for Texas Tech on its second drive.
You know, if we take that wrapper back to the store, it can be recycled into other stuff.
Well, I want my wrapper to be a hang glider!
How about a park bench?
Dad, you need to think bigger.
Recycle your specially marked Crunchy Bar wrappers in-store now.
USAA is made for the safe pilots, like Matt, who can come to a stop with barely a bobble. With USAA Safe Pilot, when you drive safe, you can save up to 30% on your auto insurance. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for. Get a quote today.
Peloton, come on, let's get this workout started. Heart rate stays up. We're moving to the mat. Let's go, Peloton. Bring that thunder. As you rotate, exhale. We did it together, Peloton.
When you use Constant Contact, prepare accordingly. Let's win this with email marketing and more to drive your business forward. Constant Contact. Try it free today.
Pizza Hut's Detroit-style pizza is back. Same crispy crust, cheese to the edge, and the sauce is still on top. Ooh, that looks good. The Detroit-style pizza. Get it before it's gone. Hurry up! No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Touchdown, Auburn.
Touchdown, Auburn! Yeah! Woo!
Nice. The new Frontier I ordered is here.
Tebow got a new Frontier.
Hey, I found a French fry on the couch.
Couch fry! Barry found the couch fry!
Those Auburn guys have a weird way of celebrating.
Woo!
America! After the past year-ish, everyone deserves something new. So, AT&T is giving everyone our best deals on every iPhone, including the iPhone 13 Pro with its amazing camera. Like everyone that worked from home, learned a new hobby, or welcomed a new family member.
There were a lot of dogs, so...
Our deals are for everyone.
It's not complicated. AT&T is giving new and existing customers our best deals on every iPhone, including the epic iPhone 13 Pro on us.
I'm coming in fast. First place, you coming in last. I'm hitting that gas. I'm hitting that.
The WNBA work in it for the playoffs. Semifinals continue tomorrow on ESPN and ABC.
Texas Tech has been a team this season that has struggled out of the starting gate. The Red Raiders have been outscored 42-14 in the first quarter this season.
And it's been a bevy of mistakes, but mostly it's chaotic ones like we saw in this game. Turnover down in the back end. Then you're backed up in your own area. The quarterback and wide receiver not on the same page. He's looking, expecting him to sit down. You've got a zone corner that's able to pick it and take it back for points coming off of this. And then missing layups against Texas. Opportunities early in that game to manufacture big plays that can keep you in it. And instead, you've got your quarterback under duress.
Dante Stills with a bear hug on Xavier White. And there is that West Virginia D-line again. They average more than 9 tackles for loss per game. Tops in the Big 12.
And they're going up against an offensive line that we know reshuffled right now, Anish, but came into this game 12th nationally, only allowing 3.5. So there's your rock meets hard place in these
Josh
two teams.
Berger moving from right guard to center. Ethan Card gets the start at right guard. Card played a lot of tackle last week. Columbia to the sideline near the sticks. Driven out of bounds by Jackie Matthews. It's Geiger the catch as we check in with Kevin.
All right, Anish, your Rocket Mortgage Studio update. Big one in South Bend. Cincinnati taking on Notre Dame. How about the start for the Bearcats? Desmond Ridder to Leonard Taylor.
Yes, they forced 3 turnovers against Notre Dame so far. That touchdown has them up 10-0 now.
Top 10 matchup in South Bend, Anish.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Donovan Smith comes into the game. Big 6'5", second-year freshman. He's the quarterback. He'll keep it. Breaks a tackle and powers into the secondary for a first down. So we knew West Virginia would play 2 quarterbacks. We've seen Garrett Green the last few weeks. Texas Tech, even with the injury to Tyler Shuck, they told us Donovan Smith may have some chances. Goal line, short yardage, he delivers.
Matt Wells and company have talked about the depth of this quarterback room, how talented they think this unit is, and to buy an extra hat against this defense, getting your quarterback as a runner, huge.
Columbia back in there, 1st and 10 inside the West Virginia 40. Columbia is hit, throws it downfield, incomplete. He wanted Fungi. And that's got to scare you if you're Texas Tech. You're already down 1 quarterback. Chandler Semedo with the big hit.
And you went max protect on that play. Chandler Semedo just able to squirt around the outside and get a hit on him. And you're right, Anish. I know we just talked about the talent in this quarterback room. They don't want to have to see any more of that depth on anyone else's terms.
Jordan Jefferson comes in to give Akeem Messidor a breather. West Virginia likes the depth it's developing on that defensive line. Columbia off play action on the slant, completes. Another first down. It's Jerron Bradley, true freshman out of Texas powerhouse DeSoto.
You get down into the red zone, another big-time matchup. Texas Tech's offense comes in 23rd nationally in red zone production. West Virginia, 4th in the nation, and they're going to have their hands full. Tall wide receivers out here. You've got 8 guys normally on this roster, 6'3" or taller between the wideouts and tight end for this area of the field.
Noah Zukama, though, one of the top receivers in the country and the Big 12. So Roderick Thompson looking for running room, broke a tackle, and he's to the 20-yard line. Stopped by a die, a gain of 6. And the Red Raiders using some tempo now in the red zone. Quick screen to the outside, Dalton Rigdon. And he's able to move the chains again. So Texas Tech, outside of the one trickeration play which resulted in an interception, they have been patient against this West Virginia defense.
Patient, their offensive line has been able to sort a lot of this. I mean, Texas Tech sees this from their defense every day. West Virginia trying to change the picture as now they're going to spread it out 5 wide, give your quarterback an accurate read of the secondary.
And quarterback draw certainly on the table down here. Columbia over the middle. He's got Geiger. 1st and goal inside the 5. Kalen Geiger coming off back-to-back 100-yard games. Former All-Sun Belt selection at Troy.
And if you get him matched up in the slot on linebackers like that, Josh Chandler-Semedo, a great player for West Virginia, but not going to be able to stick with that guy in the middle of the field. And now you go first and goal here, and this is where you can really start to make use of a guy like big number 15 and Travis Kuntz, the tight end.
On the ground, Xavier White gets a little closer. He's to the 1.
Xavier White, the ball carrier. Tackle made by Taj Johnson.
You just saw it set up there again, Anish. Would really keep an eye on 15 as you've got the defense queuing in on run, sneaking that tight end out the back door. So split out here in the middle in the slot.
Another chance where this could be on Columbia here. Now Sir Roderick Thompson joins him in the backfield. Kuntz in motion. The give is to Thompson. Touchdown, Texas Tech.
Roderick Thompson, the ball carrier. In the end zone for the Texas Tech touchdown.
That was the patience that we talked about on the first drive for Texas Tech. They took everything underneath. You're going to watch in motion right here. Number 8, Vandarius Cohen, comes across, holds for a second because you've got Travis Kuntz, the tight end, going across. They're giving West Virginia a lot to look at defensively right now.
The PAT by Garibay is good. A 58-yard drive. It took 10 plays. Patience pays off.
And paying it off on the ground. We talked about shuffled bodies up front. No issue so far for Texas Tech, up 7-0.
Back with your check. Yep.
It's okay, everyone. I got this.
Are you a doctor?
Negative. I just watch a ton of medical dramas on Sling TV. Good news. Her kidneys are beating.
Sling has live sports, news, and entertainment. It's the live TV you love and on demand for just $35 a month.
I need tweezers, rubbing alcohol, and a Western omelet.
With Sling, you're confident you get the best of live TV.
You're gonna be fine.
Maybe too confident. Get your first month now for only $10. Sling.
Wendy's new Big Bacon Cheddar is here. Because to make new flavors, you have to go above and beyond. Unlike some places.
Wendy's put cheddar on the bun? What do we got?
Sesame seeds.
Yes, seeds! Yeah.
Try Wendy's new Big Bacon Cheddar today.
I'm feeling good. So good. I just thought you should know.
Right now, life is perfect. Even though a few hours earlier, that could mean weeks of aggravation. But back when Dave shopped around for auto insurance, he switched to Amica. This is peace of mind at first call. Call now to get a quote.
I've been on my get back, couple bags slow. You would never see that. Use the trap dough.
It was the night before breakfast when Alex received a text. Cow or eggs and bacon? It's time to ghost that ex. Toasted breakfast burritos are here. Shut it down and sleep well. The sooner you sleep, the sooner you'll get one. Only at Taco Bell. Bung.
ESPN College Football is presented by Sling TV. Replace cable with affordable live TV with Sling.
The West Virginia band in midseason form of pregame. Texas Tech last week lost to Texas, gave up 70 points, 600-plus yards of total offense to the Longhorns. And Matt Wells telling us that was an out-of-body experience. He said that was not us. He also added, when you get embarrassed like that, it's raw. Now in his 3rd season, they could have had some honest conversations in the locker room after the game, and they did. We're looking at a new team today. Winston Wright's been dangerous on kickoffs this year, averaging more than 41 yards a return and driven out of bounds shy of the 20.
Well, and the big story for West Virginia offensively has been both quarterbacks we've seen for these guys. Garrett Green has come in and give this offense an added dimension as a rusher at quarterback. We know Jarret Doege, certainly more of the standstill pocket passer. For Garrett Green, he has been potent for this team on the ground. 3 touchdowns already with his legs. The next step for him that they're waiting for is looking to see if the passing game develops off that package of plays for him.
Doege out there to begin the series, throws to the sideline. And completes for a nice pickup. It's Winston Wright, team leading 18th catch.
And you're seeing some tempo from West Virginia right now, who I'm sure saw the problems Texas used with tempo and what it did to Texas Tech's defense.
Now the Red Raiders last week had trouble lining up. And Leddie Brown able to move the chains. So if you're Texas Tech defensively, you get Bijan Robinson last week and another physical runner in Leddie Brown this week.
You get a couple of hammers thrown at you is what you get. And thankfully, they've got themselves a nice veteran linebacker core full of dudes that have played tons of college football.
Play action, Doege. He'll try to run. And then just nosedives across the 32. That's not really the strong suit for him, but you do that enough times, it keeps the defense a little honest.
I like that from my veteran quarterback. No one to fold him. You see 3 white jerseys right there, and you're not someone that's going to make a miss. Live to play.
Right, the motion man. Doege on that RPO, incomplete for Bryce Ford Wheaton. No flag. One of the things that West Virginia told us they wanted to do today, more shots vertical, more shots downfield. They've had struggles certainly offensively in the second half. They plan to be more aggressive. First drive, 3 and out, now another 3rd down and 6 here from the 33.
And you mentioned you've got to get vertical. You got 3 guys missing from the secondary for Texas Tech. It's the spot you need to attack for them. We know about Winston Wright. Sam James has to be a guy this coaching staff talked about. We need our receivers to go and make plays for Jarret Doege in this passing game when we have the shot.
Wright in motion. 3-man rush. Dage's got time. Over to Brown. Extra effort gets him the first down. Leddie Brown really worked on his receiving skills in the offseason.
Yeah, I saw there was a great article in Pro Football Focus by Trevor Sikkema talking to Leddie Brown about how personally he took some of the criticisms of himself as a pass blocker, as a receiver. This coaching staff says he's got the whole route tree in him. We can work this guy, and it's showing up so far this season for West Virginia.
2 catches today, 13 receptions on the season. He's the bell cow, not just of the running game, but of the entire offense. Schooler bringing the pressure, strips it away, and Texas Tech recovers. Colin Schooler, number 17 in white, a 3-time Pac-12 selection at Arizona, and the FBS's active leader in tackles and TFLs. The strip sack there, Devin Drew recovers the fumble.
So they love simulated pressures, getting a linebacker down as the 4th rusher, and that time just able to beat James Gamitter one-on-one. And this is what you got to do, especially now in football. We know the quarterbacks are so protected, so being able to come over the top, have eyes for that back arm as the quarterback gets ready to release, and you get a great play to set them up with awesome field position.
Now, second straight drive at Texas Tech with prime starting field position, this time inside the Mountaineer 35. Xavier White in the backfield. Mountaineers showing some pressure. Colombi on the move. Gets it off to White. He is a converted wide receiver, good hands. Picks up 4, maybe 5. And there's Miles Price. He's got the 25, still going. And down to the 15-yard line, give him 14 on that play. Price last year, career highs against West Virginia, 7 catches, 79 yards. And now we see the 6'5" redshirt freshman Donovan Smith.
And you've seen West Virginia with this tempo on defense, struggling to get set, trying to get everyone lined up, communicate everything through. And now you got one more thing to worry about with 7 and White on the field.
A whistle and a timeout by Matt Wells. 1st and 10, Texas Tech looking to go up 2 scores.
Surprise freeze are coming! Domino's has surprise freeze!
Other delivery apps add surprise fees, but Domino's is adding up to $50 million in surprise frees to online delivery orders. And we tried some unique ways to tell people they're getting free food.
From Domino's!
I've always focused on my career, but when we found out our son had autism, his future became my focus. Lavender baths always calmed him, so we turned bath time into a business. And building it with my son has been my dream job.
At Northwestern Mutual, our version of financial planning helps you live your dreams today. Find a Northwestern Mutual advisor at nm.com.
On a joyous Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
By the power vested in me by the city of Fansville, I now pronounce you fan and wife.
Natalie drops back into the pocket. It's a 3-step drop. Trish is wide open. Here comes the throw. Oh, Becky with the pick. Holy mackerel. When you take a look at it, see that full extension by Becky? Let's go back to the action. Oh! At this point, it's anyone's bouquet. Up next, the garter toss.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
When your family gathers around a shakaroni from Papa John's, you're sharing more than extra cheese and pepperoni. You're sharing scholarships, meals, and laughter. Because $1 from every shakaroni goes to charity. That's pizza.
Kennedy hosts the game of fill-ins and villains.
You pronounce it.
It's weekdays at 4:30 on Buzzer.
Let's get back to talking smack with the side of mac and cheese. Before we can safely come together, we need the facts on COVID-19 vaccines. To get the facts, visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you.
Your new smile. Yeah, that's why Smile Direct Club has their lifetime smile guarantee. Get a doctor-directed smile you love, guaranteed for life. Your life. Choose Smile. Choose Direct.
Smile Direct Club. Texas Tech on the move. 1st and 10 from the Mountaineer 15. Henry Colombi leading this offense back out on the field. We've seen a little of Donovan Smith, who was in there right before the Red Raiders took the timeout. Smith 7 and white. Now the backup quarterback with Tyler Shuck out with a broken collarbone till at least November. Xavier White looking for running room and cannot get through that sea of blue and gold. Dante Stills first to get there.
Yeah, and Nish, down here at this point in the game, I don't think there's any reason to start to turtle your formations here. You saw 2 tight ends on the field. What has Henry Colombi been doing best so far? Spread it out, see the bigger picture, find holes in the intermediate area of this pass defense here. Let's not reinvent the wheel now down in the red zone.
White's open, makes the catch, breaks the tackle, gets close to the marker. One of the things West Virginia's coaches told us, against this team, you have to tackle in space. Even a missed tackle like that can be dangerous and lethal against the Red Raiders.
Texas Tech leads the nation with 9 touchdowns, or 9 plays, excuse me, of 50 yards or more. And most of them happen when 1 or 2 guys miss a tackle in the short field here.
2 tight ends into the game. Colombi completes to Teeter, and it'll be 1st and goal Texas Tech. Henry Teeter, a transfer from Holy Cross who walked onto this program. And he is part of that tight end rotation with Kuntz and the 6'9" Mason Tharp.
Be ready. You've got Geiger up top. 2 guys out there. Chance to get him loose at the top of the formation. Number 10 in white.
Thompson returns to the backfield. SaRodorick Thompson stood up, gets a push, and he's in. This reshuffled, banged-up offensive line gets SaRodorick Thompson into the end zone. 2 touchdowns for the junior running back. And Texas Tech, without its top receiver, its leading rusher, its all-conference center, and its starting quarterback, up 2 scores on the road.
Now 10 touchdowns in their last 12 red zone trips. And Anish, they've simplified the equation on the road here for this team. It's almost like having so many stars out, not having your go-to in Ezekama, has made them spread the wealth. 9 different receivers have caught a pass for Tech so far in this game.
Flag down.
About the only mistake we've seen for Texas Tech potentially so far, if this is on them.
Offside. Defense. That penalty's declined. Replay the drive.
That would have been the first penalty of the game. A relatively clean first quarter from a penalty standpoint. We have had a couple of turnovers. Jonathan Garabay's kick is good. 14-0 Texas Tech. Coming into today, the Red Raiders had struggled in the first quarter. West Virginia had been a strong starter. In fact, for the Mountaineers, the concern was, can we be better in the second half against FBS opponents? 0 touchdowns, only 9 points in the second half. For Texas Tech, hey, can we start fast? Can we get out of the gate strong? Because the Red Raiders have averaged 23 points per game in the second half.
And we've talked about those slow starts, and a lot of them were aided by turnovers by the Texas Tech offense. And already they've been able to overcome that mistake early in this game. Anisha, must be something about this matchup, because the last 2 games between Texas Tech and West Virginia, Texas Tech has led after the first quarter in both.
Special teams has been a strength for West Virginia this year, especially the kick return game, where Winston Wright has 2 returns of 90-plus yards. Trey Wolf will kick it off. Short kick. Right from inside his own 10. Flag down as White is tackled at the 25-yard line.
During the return, personal foul, illegal blindside block, number 31 of the return team. That penalty will be enforced half the distance of the goal. First down, West Virginia.
So a first down for West Virginia, but they'll back up. And a new quarterback here for West Virginia. It's Garrett Green. The coaches said they continue to add more to his platter. We know he can run. Green will run, and he can't get away from Schooler, who's already made his impact felt in this game. Quarter number 1 in the books. West Virginia stuck in neutral so far. Texas Tech missing a ton of key pieces, including its starting quarterback. Up 14-zip in Morgantown.
B-Dubs taps a new keg every 35 seconds. For beer so fresh, it'll make you...
Are you crying?
Nope. To the greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Welcome to Allstate, where we have all new lower auto rates. And savings like that will make everyone feel like an MVP. Now get new lower auto rates with Allstate. Because better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click or call for a lower auto rate today.
If it's true that time is money, don't you think the real question is how you should spend it? Keep the change, baby. Find the fine life.
Wealth is breaking ground on your biggest project yet. Worth is giving the people who build it a solid foundation. Wealth is shutting down the office for Mike's retirement party. Worth is giving the employee who spent half his life with you the party of a lifetime. Wealth is watching your business grow. Worth is watching your employees grow with it. Principal, for all it's worth.
She's eating the rocket.
Lunchables, built to be eaten.
I'm in a room of the famous faces. Oh, it's like Scorsese. Yeah, it sure is like a movie. Oh, about to make a movie.
Wow, this new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever?
No!
Yes!
No!
Yes!
No!
Yes!
Okay, I'm gonna try first.
Yes! I need to try it first.
Whoa. Every week, millions of fantasy football players need to be confident they're making the right decision.
What's up with CeeDee Lamb?
How does ESPN help them make smarter trades and set the right lineup?
Does this look bad?
I don't know, I'm not that kind of doctor. IBM Watson. By analyzing everything from player stats to expert opinions, Watson cuts through the noise to deliver game-changing insights.
Boomer Bust says CeeDee Lamb is going to boom.
To keep ESPN at the top of the fantasy sports world.
He's good.
What can Watson do for your business?
The NHL on ESPN and ESPN Plus.
14-0 at Texas Tech. The Red Raiders today without their top receiver, leading rusher, all-conference center, and starting quarterback. West Virginia, 10 plays, 21 yards in that first quarter against a defense that gave up 600+ last week to Texas.
Specifically gave up 336 on the ground. And I was wondering going into this game, Manish, which defense was going to show up, because the first 3 games of this season, Texas Tech on defense, giving up only 21.3 points per game, only 54.3 yards on the ground. That unit, downhill, fast, and attacking, has shown up today.
Second down, 9 to go. Garrett Green remains in the game at quarterback, moving the pocket. Green will try to run, and he is bottled up. It'll bring up a 3rd and long. Tyree Wilson, Colin Schooler in on the stop. Now Neil Brown telling us Garrett Green can throw the ball a little bit. They haven't asked him to do too much in the pass game.
No, and you saw a frustrated Sam James, number 13, clapping his hands, wanting the ball to come out on time. They've got to get Garrett Green some easy throws to get him comfortable turning this loose, because it hasn't been something they've asked of him so far.
Split backs. 4-man pressure with a twist. Green checks down underneath. He's got Winston right. And a nice juke move to pick up a first down at the 37, a gain of a dozen. In an ideal world, West Virginia can fuse Jarret Doege and Garrett Green together. But right now, teams don't really have to respect Doege's ability to run. And unless Green proves otherwise, and there's time, there's still a mystery about what kind of thrower he is.
And you need some of those mixed in on first down like this so the defense can't just read down and distance and tee off.
Wright goes in motion. Green will run. Gets the edge, tripped up by Schooler from behind. A nice pickup, about 6.5, second down.
And you'll see, Anish, they'll motion receivers into the backfield. They'll give you almost a spread triple option look at times with Green. He can be really potent, and right now, you need to do anything to slow down that veteran linebacking core.
Leddie Brown up the gut. That has been one of the best plays now for a couple of years for West Virginia. You run it to Leddie Brown up the middle, it's almost a guaranteed 5 yards.
But that was the triple option look we were talking about, where now the defense has to think about somebody else here. Leddie is still the end result, and that's great for your offense. But they've had to find ways to put the eyes of the defenders on anybody else. That play a perfect example.
Brown again. Hammerheads across the 40 for a pickup of 5. Leddie Brown in the first 3 quarters of games this year, averaging 6 yards per run up the middle.
He's been a hammer. That's who he is downhill first and foremost. But we've seen it's waned late. They've had to work with him as a staff on making sure they take care of his body during the week, take hits off him. Player tracking has become such a huge part of college football, and he's a great case study for how you can help a player get through a long season with that many touches.
Now, they've put him on a pitch count in practice. They've changed his recovery schedule. And a whistle before the snap. We'll get a timeout. Second timeout taken by Texas Tech. We'll step aside. 11:48 to go, first half.
Okay, I'm up. 5 more minutes. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
I'll give you 2.5 of my 10-piece chicken McNuggets for a quarter of your quarter pounder with cheese.
But judging by weight, mine's worth at least 4 chicken McNuggets.
From a cost standpoint, they're of equal value.
But I'm older, so.
Get 2 of your faves like 10-piece McNuggets or a quarter pounder for just $6. Only at McDonald's.
If you want to set the rhythm for a great day, try Cheerios Oat Crunch Almond. It has Cheerios topped with whole grain oats and sliced almonds for a delicious hearty crunch the whole fam will love.
This football season, buy 4 participating items and save $50 off Fanatics gear at WeAreTailgateNation.com.
I gotta know who oven baked my bacon. Who did it? Tyler. Come on over here, man.
Oh, wow. Ow. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Are you ready for all the fans to come back?
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
He's good. Yeah, I know, we keep missing each other. I've been working out of my dad's house, doing some reading. I should be working out more. I just feel like I'm drowning.
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
Here are AARP top tips on caregiver preparedness during coronavirus. Form a team that can help with caregiving tasks. Take an inventory of essential supplies in your loved one's home. Make a list of the care recipient's medications. Schedule regular calls to fight isolation. Finally, take care of yourself too. Follow the Centers for Disease Control's guidelines for coronavirus safety. For more caregiving tips, go to aarp.org/caregiving.
something from small brands.
Bespoke Post sends you awesome boxes every month, and I love it.
Head to BespokePost.com and get a free gift with your first box when you enter code FREE.
West Virginia head coach Neil Brown told us he plans to use this two-quarterback system with Jarret Doege and Garrett Greene moving forward. He made it work at Troy. Just in this game, the first two drives with Doege did not end well. Garrett Greene moving the football here. If West Virginia gets points on this drive, do you stick with Greene for an extended run?
I think you have to. He's clearly added a different element to this offense. He's opened up lanes for others, and that's what you need a quarterback to do, however it comes.
Greene will keep it on the zone read. Gets the edge, turns upfield into Red Raider territory. A gain of 16 for the freshman from Tallahassee, a stud baseball player in high school. In fact, he's got some moxie. In high school during a baseball game, he walked off a win for his team by stealing home.
That looked like it right there. I expected him to take the fall like he was sliding into home, sell the 15-yard penalty. That's going to come with time and a little bit of veteran presence here. But so far, he's staring down the barrel and responding.
Dad Charlie, a former big league catcher, as Letty Brown is thrown to the ground by Krishan Merriweather. Neil Brown actually recruited Greene to Troy when Brown got the West Virginia job. Greene came to Morgantown. Greene will step up. Hurdles the defender. And he's going to be awfully close to the first down. He's provided a spark.
This crowd is loving them some Garrett Greene, as we've got an offensive lineman limping off right now. That's Wyatt Milam. Oh, excuse me, that was Zach Frazier.
It was Wyatt Milam, you were right. Talented freshman who they really think can be an impact player on this O-line the same way Zach Frazier was a season ago as a true freshman.
They've been getting him more and more reps as the games have gone along right now, as it looks like West Virginia going to have to spend a timeout here getting themselves reorganized after that last play.
We'll take a timeout too, likely 4-down territory, 3rd and short. Greene providing a spark for the Mountaineers.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Hello, America! I think we can all agree that after the past year-ish, everyone deserves something new. So, AT&T is giving everyone our best deals on every iPhone, including the iPhone 13 Pro.
That's the one with the amazing camera.
Because everyone deserves it.
Like people that work from home. And the people that worked out from home. People that welcomed a new family member.
There were a lot of dogs, so...
Everyone that learned a new hobby.
It's a chair, but you can't sit in.
Or anyone that reconnected with nature.
Says it's only kind of poisonous.
What?
Our deals are for everyone. Except Jacob Pearson.
Me?
Just kidding, Jake. Our deals are for everyone.
It's not complicated. AT&T is giving new and existing customers our best deals on every iPhone, including the epic iPhone 13 Pro on us.
Singing or speaking. Reason or fun. Daring or thoughtful. Sensitive or strong. Progress isn't either or. Progress is everything.
Earlier in this quarter, West Virginia retired the number 90 of one of their legends, Darryl Talley. Akeem Messidor wears 90 now. He'll be the last West Virginia player to wear 90. Talley, one of the all-time greats, one of the best defensive players in school history, had a great NFL career. And Lauren, you had a chance to talk to him.
Morgantown, West Virginia, he said there's no place he'd rather be. The ovation that was here, it was absolutely ear-piercing and an incredible ovation for him. And one of the things he told Messidor is, take a look at a rotary phone. He said, look at the numbers 9 and 0. That's the last thing you will always remember. I'm going to be the last two numbers on your telephone, but the first one you better call.
That's great.
I love it.
3rd down and 1, and a flag down.
False start, number 54. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Now that's Zach Frazier, and he had a rough day late in that Oklahoma game. The snap infraction down by the goal line, the bad snap that drove West Virginia out of field goal range on their last drive.
I started 5 games at center in my career, Anish. It's the thing that everyone dreads because it makes you think about snapping the football. You spend so much time trying to get those reps, so it's second nature. But they said he is more than capable, have a great week of practice. This guy is the heart and soul of that team.
A pickup of 4. It's 4th down, I would assume. West Virginia goes for it here after the run by Letty Brown. Sam James comes back into the game. And this is where the advantage of having a Garrett Green helps. Where if you call a run here, you have to respect the quarterback run.
And I think you've got to use that advantage here. Buy him an extra hat. Letty Brown is a willing blocker in that backfield here. Let him lead for your quarterback, create space.
2 tight ends. Green will keep it. Tried to get rid of it, and Texas Tech comes up with a stop. It's the heart and soul of the Red Raider defense, Rico Jeffers, creating the havoc.
Rico Jeffers getting them fired up. This coaching staff told us he's not coming off the field today, and now you can see why. Eyes on the young quarterback, gets it out of his hands. Texas Tech takes over.
When you order carry-out, choose Domino's Carside Delivery. Check in when you arrive, and we guarantee we'll be headed out the door less than 2 minutes after your order is ready. If anything slows us down, your next pizza is free. Choose Domino's Carside Delivery and put our new 2-minute guarantee to the test.
It took a while to get up here. We started out around 1959.
Then we took a hard left in East Africa.
A right at Baja. A 180 in the empty quarter.
And that 65-degree incline at Hell's Revenge.
A few million miles later, and voila. But we didn't do all that just to get here. We did it to give you a truck that'll take you anywhere. This is the new Nissan.
I'm feeling good. I just thought you should know.
Pizza Hut's Detroit-style pizza is back. Same crispy crust, cheese to the edge, and the sauce is still on top. Ooh, that looks good. The Detroit-style pizza, get it before it's gone. Hurry up! No one out-pizzas the Hut.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Got a new house.
I think I finally found a place that I call home.
DirectClub.com.
Let's show the world what it means to be a fan. The world's largest collection of fan gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
AT&T 5G studio update. Alabama taking it to Ole Miss on the ground. Acho behind Bryce Young.
Yeah, Bryce Young, he doesn't run it often, but when he does, watch him work.
Nice little push from his lineman. Then on a 4th and goal, Brian Robinson takes it in.
Yeah, that offensive line is doing work today against Ole Miss.
14-0, Anish.
Henry Colombi taking a shot downfield for Geiger. It's incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Colombi started 4 games last year. Beat West Virginia in Lubbock in his first career start. Was recruited originally to Utah State by Matt Wells. Backed up Jordan Love for a couple of years and then transferred to be with Wells in Lubbock. On 2nd down, Colombi over the middle, hits his receiver in stride. A gain of 18 on the play. That's Cleveland. There's Townsend to the 46, Lauren.
Hey guys, you talk about Henry Colombi's story and the adversity that he's faced throughout his career, and he lives by 2 sayings. Made in adversity, he's got that tattooed on his arm. An underdog. Being from the talent-rich state of Florida, he always has to prove that he was the one for the job, and his dad Henry told me he was a late bloomer growing up, tall and skinny, frail. He didn't always look the part, but he knows adversity and has always worked hard to overcome it.
Donovan Smith comes in at quarterback for Texas Tech. And there's Townsend. It'll bring up 3rd down, and Mahone to stop. Texas Tech today perfect on 3rd downs.
And Anish, I think you keep letting Colombi also use the snap count on the road here. He was able to get them to show their hand on that play before, find windows. The intermediate area in the middle of the field has been your friend so far.
Colombi 12 out of 15, 100+ yards. Mannix goes in motion. McLean Mannix charges across the line to gain a 1st down for Texas Tech. Now 5 for 5 on 3rd downs.
We talked about Letty Brown as a blocker before. SaRodorick Thompson on that play turned into a lead blocker and gave him plenty of room to work on the edge there. Speed and physicality for Texas Tech in the run game.
Colombi to throw. Pressure coming from the backside. He gets away. And that is incomplete. Mannix couldn't pick it up. McLean Mannix, 3rd season with Texas Tech after a couple of productive years with Nevada. His dad, Kevin, was on the 1988 Odessa Permian team, which was the subject of the classic football book, Friday Night Lights.
Get you one of these.
Colombi back to the air. And incomplete. Receiver out of bounds. He wanted Loic Fouonji.
For number 19, Loic Fouonji.
That left foot out, no question here. Now brings up one of the first 3rd and longs we've seen for Texas Tech. You would expect some version of 4-man pressure, get some twists up front, and try and get Akeem Mesidor some room to work.
Here's the blitz. Colombi devoured. Stills and Chandler Semedo meet in the backfield. This West Virginia defense came into the game leading the conference in sacks and TFLs.
Twists and movement up front here. You see Stills as the penetrator there. And that really kickstarts the party, Anish. Once you can get one of your D linemen getting that win upfield, you get all the seams that you needed for a backfield party after really the secondary had taken care of so much of that drive.
Austin McNamara had a school record 87-yard punt against West Virginia last year. Line drive to Estelle. And tripped up near the 15-yard line. Akeem Mesidor may not show up in the box score. He is still an agent of chaos.
Disruptive, lined up over the center right here, working his way outside, always flashing at the quarterback.
Welcome to Allstate, where we have all new lower auto rates. And savings like that make you feel like you won the whole dang thing. Now get new lower auto rates with Allstate. Because better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click or call for a lower auto rate today.
Peloton, come on, let's get this workout started. Heart rate stays up. We're moving to the mat. Let's go, Peloton. Bring that thunder. As you rotate, exhale. We did it together, Peloton.